Ice Spice finally gets what she deserves. Another day, another Ice Spice controversy, man. It never ends, bro. Never ends with this girl. Let's go ahead and get to it.
In 2021, the world got its first real dose of Ice Spice, who was from the Bronx, New York. She is Dominican and Nigerian.
It's been that long, 2021? She's been relevant for that long? Okay, it feels like yesterday.
But at first,
I heard
nothing
much.
was moving. She had some tracks, but it was still underground. By the time early 2022, she started popping in drill circles, but the breakthrough in 2022 was magnificent. Munch, Feeling You goes crazy on social media. Drake co-star.
It's been 3 years since Munch, bro. That's crazy.
A song, and as you know, she starts getting popping on TikTok. By 2023, she's out of here. She's supposed to be a global superstar, and everything's supposed to end happily ever after, right?
This guy, Dr. Chambers, is claiming that Ice Spice stole the beat, hook, lyrics, and the narrative context of the song. Dr. Chambers is alleging that he thinks Riot, which is Ice Spice's producer, may have heard his song on the radio or heard him performing it live and then went and copycatted the track.
Now they saying that Ice Spice is copying people's songs. I mean, hey, listen, that's just a coincidence. That don't mean that it's really happening, right? But it got worse.
Ice Spice is being accused of buying views for her Baddie Baddie music video. Now, I'm not saying it's true, but honestly, the views jumped up real mother...
Hold on. From 70, yo. 79,000 views in 5 hours to 6.7 million in 15? I don't know about y'all, man, but I've never seen some shit like that on YouTube, man. That's clearly obvious she's bought it.
Quick, mind you, even the...
All of these artists bought their viewers, though. Like, they bought their music. They bought their IG following. All of this is fake, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'm just keeping it to be.
Yo, it's still sitting at only like 600,000.
Y'all niggas really think Despacito actually got 6 billion views? 6 billion people watch that shit? Hell no.
Even the likes are at 26,000 for this video. And everyone is in
26,000 but 6 million views. All right, man.
Damn, you bought views?
Damn. She buying views? She went from 79,000 to 6.7 million views in 10 hours?
Math, not math.
Everybody was saying that she was ruining her career. You know, things was going up, going down. I mean, she was dating NFL athletes and everything like that. And then, you know, I guess she kind of stabilized, but not really. And now things have...
I wasn't going to say this earlier, but what the f is this outfit, gang? You might as well just walk out naked, bro. Like, I'm going to be honest. What's the... I don't know. Like, what the f is
this? Is not ran off on the wig.
That's not cute, gang.
Apparently, the Bella brand wig company is suing Ice Spice and her team for the 2024 Y2K tour. Apparently, said that they successfully had an agreement with her and a contract signed to provide her over $50,000 worth of wigs. They're asking Ice Spice and her team to pay up $200,000. And the owner from Bella brand is claiming that Ice Spice and her team would send multiple pictures of Nicki Minaj and saying, "Make this wig, do it with the bangs," like all that stuff. There's physical text of her.
But aren't Nicki and Spice supposed to be beefing? You trying to copy the style of your ops?
To copy her style. So I wonder what the Bob's got to say about this. The owner said how this happened, which she did come out and say, you know, it was kind of dumb of her to do this, but it was a situation where she did make the wigs thinking that she would get some kind of promotion in return for the tour or some kind of recognition with a contract, but crickets. Also, when it came down for the money to pay for the 20 wigs I think she made for her, no money to be found. So she's suing her for $200,000. We'll see what the team has to say about that.
$200,000? Does Spice even got money like that? A lot of these, I'm telling you right now, a lot of these rappers buy them big ass chains and nice ass cars, but they don't really be having that much money. Once that record, the record advance money dries up, them niggas be broke.
So this wig maker
Now they in
is
debt.
called the Bella brand, which reportedly was commissioned to make a large batch of custom wigs for Ice Spice's tour, okay? And this lady is saying the rapper and the team failed to pay for the wigs. So the order was for 25 custom wigs, but when the payment time came, the wig maker said that this caused them over $50,000 in damages. The complaint
Damn.
also says that there is a breach of contract and a damage to the wig maker's business reputation, including lost future business from clients who pulled away after the dispute. So, I mean, obviously, if you're making these wigs custom, you could have other customers that you could be doing business with. But if you are spending your time on Ice Spice, this is what happens with a lot of luxury brands. They will basically do these things for artists, hoping to get paid later. Because obviously what they feel like, hey, if Ice Spice pays me and then she wears my wigs on Instagram, it's it's great because number one, I'm gonna get more marketing. So
It's great promo and money. What the team, this is probably what happened. Ice Spice's team thought that they could get $50,000 worth of wigs from this place, and just from Ice Spice wearing it, that it'll be a clean slate. They could just don't have to pay for it because, it's Ice Spice. You want Ice Spice wearing your wigs, right? Company wasn't going for that. They still needed their bread. They might have cut them a slight deal or some shit, still needed the bread. Ice Spice team is like, nah, fuck that. We don't want to pay you. Just deal with it. Then the wig company still don't business. Like, nah, we need a bread. If not, we suing you. They hit them with the no response, and now this is going on. I ain't gonna lie.
People could take it as a loss. But even if she doesn't do the marketing, which it always happens like this with these, these artists, they don't pay for it, and then they still don't give the marketing. So now these damages are piling up, all right? Now, this also is something that happens.
Exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. Yeah.
With
she thought she can just finesse the free
artists
wigs.
and people in the industry. These people do this all the time with houses, Airbnbs, rentals, and it looks like they don't want to pay. And maybe somebody like Ice Spice should have the money. But guess what? While she's being sued for this, check out what Ice Spice is doing. Literally, this is her specifically getting a Richard Mille watch. I kid you not. That's
okay. I also want to say something. A lot of times these rappers are not actually dropping $250,000 for these watches. What labels do, they cut a deal with these watch companies, right? You feel me? It's the same thing. They cut a deal. Yo, Ice Spice finna wear your watch. Even though Richard Mille is already, you feel me, very famous, right? It just looks good for the brand. So they cut a deal. Maybe she'll pay $50,000 on a loan, tax write-off, make certain payments for the watch. But $250,000, she's not actually paying that. It's just they say $250,000 to make her look like she got more money, she's richer, and like she's like that. A lot of things with social media, especially in the music industry, it's really just for attention. They exaggerate the numbers to make themselves look bigger. I doubt that watch was fit. I don't know.
Literally
maybe it is.
Right
Maybe
there.
it's not.
That is her bragging.
And if it is actually that much money, that much amount of money, she didn't actually keep this shit. She's not dropping $250,000 on a watch. Ice Spice for sure doesn't have that much money.
Getting a new watch. And this
spend
is
on a watch.
People posting it. The culture group chat. Ice Spice spends $250,000 on Richard Mille in NYC with Benny the Jeweler. Now that's crazy, right? So for people that you owe money, you don't want to pay them, but you will take $250,000 and go spend money with Benny the Jeweler on a Richard Mille watch while you're literally being sued by a service provider that you owe money to, okay? Like, this is actual crazy. But do you guys know what?
People like...
Bro, is it me? Is it just me? Or did she just look like Lil Tay doing that shit, man?
Being sued by a service
like the
provider
the
that
moves?
you owe money to. Okay?
The little You look like Lil Tay, bro. You look like you the youngest flexer in the fucking century, man.
Like, this
generic ass moves.
Crazy. But do you guys know what?
Then you struck the little pose at the
Gucci
end.
and Christian Dior and Louis Vuitton, they are the Rolex and the Bentleys of the fashion industry. So they do not need a celebrity to showcase their latest design to sell it. They don't.
They don't need it, but it's always good. You know, builds the hype. They for sure do it. They for sure love when celebrities do that.
So when you see these rappers and singers and stuff in the music industry showing their clothes and their houses and all that stuff, I really think they're getting all that stuff on credit. And the music industry
sure.
is like, you work for me, we give you all these gifts. Why do you think so many people are in some real fucked up contracts right now?
Now, this lady is making a good point. She's saying that a lot of these artists are not rich. You know, they are not successful because they are signed to these contracts and stuff like that.
Do you think Ice Spice actually paid for that chain gang? No, nigga. Like, record label gave that to...
Right, and I want to deal with that because a part of that is true. You know, artists do take care of people. They do have bills and all of that. I'm not talking about that. But they do have opportunities for funding. Like, just look at a guy like Charleston White. When Charleston White pulls up to a podcast or to a stream, somebody
Is it a nigga nation chain, bro? What the fuck?
like Charleston White is being paid thousands of dollars to show up. Now, he don't even have an active social media like somebody like Ice Spice on TikTok or whatever. But these artists do get pretty lucrative brand deals. And they get opportunities as long as their name is popping. So, you know, you can get $10,000 here, $20,000 here, retainers. I mean, look at Angel Reese, somebody like her. You know, you got Reese's deal. I mean, you got Reebok. I mean, those brand deals can keep you paid. Now, those brands can come and go, but it does give you enough money to buy something like Richard Mille. Like, she's not broke, okay? It's just that she picks and chooses who she does want to pay. And then the person makes another statement that I want to talk about.
And also, in our community, we always talk about if we had millions of dollars, how we would buy up the block, how we would help our people and stuff. And you don't see them doing that. And people think it's because they're selfish. No, I think it's because they are cash poor and they really cannot help you.
She says that a lot of these people want to do things in the black community, but, you know, or in urban communities, but they're not rich. And this is true, but they are not rich, not because they don't have access to the money. Because when you're connected like Ice Spice, I mean, I'll give you an example. Look at my brother Poetic Flacco. Shout out to him. He's a hardworking YouTuber. He was associated, it has been associated with Adam 22, being an insider, okay? Being a hip hop insider. Him, academics, they can create their money as much as they want to work for the money, all right? But they are legit insiders into the industry. You're talking about somebody like Ice Spice. Not only is she an artist, she is an insider. We've seen Melissa Ford get all the names on her podcast, and she's not even really an insider to the industry anymore. So these people got plays, they know things, they know people. It's things that they can do that normal content creators can't do. They have a Rolodex full of money, all right? They have the Rolodex is full of brand managers. A lot of the brand managers are even their fans. Like, they can make a lot of things happen. But because of poor money management, bad business practices, not reinvesting in the right things, and treating vendors poorly, basically this is what kills the business. All right? Stuff like this. This is the same thing that happened with Sean Kingston. Creating such a bad will, right, in the business that nobody wants to work with you. And I'm here to tell you like this. If you get a lot of money and the ability to do business, treating people fairly and paying bills on time, I know it's an American thing to pay bills on time, but just doing that, honoring collaborations, keeping up with your word, keeps you in the industry so much. Number one, as a content creator, it keeps you in the industry. As a performer, it keeps you in any industry. And I hate to say this.
And also, just being a genuine person. The big issue with Ice Spice is that she burns a lot of bridges. I'm not gonna lie. She had that controversy last year where her and her friend went on a tour and she didn't really like provide for her like she was supposed to provide. Then she has some controversy with her ex-man, Riot. Like, it's always something with this girl. Like, it's never just, oh, she makes music, she shakes her ass and collects her bread. It's always some drama. It's like she's entitled. It's weird. And she walks around like that everywhere she goes. I mean, you've seen it with the streamers she collabs. She always acts a little more entitled than others. She gives off a very weird vibe. And I wouldn't be surprised that she acts just like that with these brands. And that's what she tried to do with the wig company. And that's why they sued her. They wasn't playing like that. She felt like since she's Ice Spice, that she's entitled to just get everything for free. When in life, that's not the fucking case, man. These people that you took these wigs, that you stole these wigs from, because that's what you did, they have a business too. They spent $50,000 making those wigs for you. They deserve to be compensated, man. I'm not gonna lie. And if you don't want to pay them, or you don't want to pay them at that much, that's between you and them. Y'all should have discussed that before they gave you the wigs. You accepted the wigs. But at the same time, you're just refusing to pay them and then not even giving a proper promo. So now they're not even getting like any forms of compensation for you getting the wigs. It's just scummy as fuck. It really is.
Because y'all don't get mad when we're talking about black business. One of the reasons why you can do well in black business is because so many people do not do that. And it just literally opens the opportunity and the door for you. You owe somebody some money, why don't you just pay them? Like, it is so simple to do that. Like, you have a bill, you ordered that from them, they make good quality products. Why don't you honor that agreement? Do you want to know why? Because if you pay them and you're with Bella Brand, you might be able to get a partnership with wigs with them. They already know the business, and because they trust you, you now can turn that client customer relationship with your platform into a bigger audience. Now just think of this. Ice Spice has a relationship with Bella Brand. Now she can only be hot for so long as a rapper, right? But you have all these guys live streaming, Kai Cenat, DDG, whoever else, Plague Max. All these particular dudes. Now what do you have the opportunity to do? You have the opportunity to leverage your business consumer base, and now you can do that because why? Well, you have made good relationships, so they can say, listen, we're gonna come up with the Ice Spice wig. Now you come up with the Ice Spice wig, they designed it, you promote it. Let's say you sell 1,000 wigs. Each one of those wigs is $1,000 and you get $200. You've already made $200,000 by just maintaining that level of partnership. This was
exactly like, it's so, this content, this celebrity doesn't last forever. The real money is selling products or selling stuff like that, gang, like business. What O'Shea says is perfect, man. Like, if Ice honored her contract, paid them the money, she could have got equity. She's a big name. She could have did an official sponsorship, released product, just like O'Shea said. Nigga, she made it. If things went well enough, she may have even gotten to the point where she could negotiate for equity in the fucking company if she blew it up to a certain point. It's just there's a lot of things she could have did with that, bro. But when you burn bridges, you never get to see those like opportunities play out.
The good marketing and brand collaborations that Diddy did with Diageo. We've seen it with Ciroc. These are money-making opportunities that become lost in translation because, I'm Ice Spice, I don't want to pay him. So I'd rather go pay Richard Millie, the money, who doesn't need the money, instead of Bella Brand, and that sounds like a black business, and then I can just scale with them. We can go all kind of the hair industry. We can do hair industry tours. We can do all kind of black beauty tours. We can go over to the Caribbean with it. We can go over to Africa with it. We have a market.
Damn. Wait, no, that's 130 KSH. I guess O'Shea's not from America.
Market base, and
say,
then we
what
can
the
get
hell?
influencers to help sell it.
$100,000 for a
You
wig?
missed out on a business opportunity because you wanted to be an asshole, which didn't make any sense. And this is the same thing that you see so often in black business. I don't care if it's in the black community in America. I don't care if it's in Africa. It's just like, in order for us to work together, I must win and you must lose. Like, that's how it usually is.
Business is a two-way street. If both parties aren't benefiting from the deal, it's a bad deal. That's just how it is, bro. The objective of deals isn't necessarily to always win, but it's to get what you want whilst the other party is also happy. That's the key to business, man. You can't always win every single deal.
Matter, content creator, influencer, artist. I must win and you must lose. And it's crazy because you can both win. Why do you want to create distrust when you don't have to create distrust? You literally do not have to do that and you can be successful. So if your career starts falling off in any way, you now have a transition point. But what's going to happen, because some people like Ice Spice, you don't want to pay, you would rather floss and stunt. So when you need people in the industry, they don't help you anymore. Then you start to slowly, your career suffocates out. And then you have no lateral move. You're out of the industry and those bills just keep on coming. The end, you're canceled. That's how it always works. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea.
I'm not gonna lie. I like the perspective that you took this from OJ. I'm not gonna lie, I really do. I just read some of the comments. They got time for the trip to Dubai. Only ice popping in the street is the one rounding up immigrant. Whoa, what the forget about her? Yeah. Hey, man. Interesting take. Okay, what do y'all think about this, man? What do y'all think about this? I genuinely do think Ice needs to start moving smarter. She gives off arrogant vibes whenever I see about her, bro. And in life, you gotta understand that if you want to get far in this life, you need to know how to talk to people and how to treat people. Yeah, you're Ice Spice, you're big and bad, whatever, right? At the same time, that doesn't mean that you're just better than everybody else you talk to. And it seems like she's walking around with that weird sense of entitlement. Up. All right, Sky can stay fly. That's it. Let me know your opinions down in the comment section.